We would like to welcome you to the new episode of our new podcast.
You
And I.
Ukrainian You Identity.
This podcast will help you
And us.
to reinvent Ukrainian culture, history and traditions.
And to see the history through the eyes of ordinary Ukrainians.
We will also highlight differences and similarities between British and Ukrainian cultures.
My name is Maria Kush. I'm Ukrainian refugee from Sumy.
My name is Zhenya Shkil, and I have been living in the UK for more than 20 years. So, shall we talk today about sport being passion or profession?
Yes, I think it's quite an interesting topic. If we will ask our Ukrainian friends on the streets how they have experience with sports or what sport they practice, we actually can ask them.
Yeah, that would be a really good idea. Let's listen.
Ні, я не займаюся спортом, бо в мене нема на це часу.
А чи ходите ви у спортзал?
Так, звичайно, ходжу 3 рази на тиждень.
Люблю їздити на велосипеді, але це ж не спорт. Мабуть, із спорту я майстер по лежанню на дивані. От і все.
We've had interesting answers of our Ukrainian friends. What about you? What is your stand on sport? I know you came to the UK a few years ago with your son, and of course, being a fantastic mother, you wanted to develop him. So how did you go around finding him some activities?
Yeah, basically he was 7 years old, and before the war started, we already found the school and we already found the sports center because we live close to Kyiv, and we went to the Sportak sports center. So basically there some champions studied there, and they have like a class for the students there. And it was not easy to found space for him, so he went there for gymnastic class, and I was really lucky to have him there, and I'm really proud that he will, learn proper gymnastic class. And I remember the feeling when I saw the door in front of the gymnastic
The entrance door to the hall.
And they have like a huge sign, and it says like the coach at the gym is the mother, father, and the God. If you're not agree with that, you better go. I was like, what? Okay. So we agree with that, and it was quite difficult for him from the beginning. And I remember when we back home after the class, sometimes he can sleep. It was like he eats and sleep at the table or sleep on the stairs. He was so tired. They're really passionate about what they do, so they make it in a really high level. And what was the surprise when we came to UK and tried to find gymnastic class, and we found easily. And then they make an open day where you can see how your kids is growing on the gymnastic, and they just like making these lines with the legs and with arms, something really simple thing. And I think, maybe this is just the beginning. So in half year, they again make the open class. We came over and see the same lines with legs, lines with arms, and I was like, whoa, why it's such a low level? And I was like, maybe this is the class, maybe we need to change the class. So we found another one. We applied, we went there. It's more expensive. I think the equipment there is much more higher level. So I was pretty sure it will be like a level up. But no, it's the same. It's like more fun game.
Okay, but the question is, so in Ukraine you had very sophisticated high-level gymnastics classes. How often did you take your son there?
3 times a week.
How long were the lessons?
I think around hour.
Just an hour, yeah. Okay, but for 7-year-old, that's quite a lot.
Yes, that's true. And sometimes I even think, I don't want him to be as a sportsman. I just want for him like a life where his body is like under his control, and he know what means like how to even fall carefully. Because when you go to gymnastic, you also learning how to
fall.
Yeah.
But did he enjoy classes in the UK, or did he complain about low level and it not being fun?
I couldn't say he complained. Honestly, I even say that he probably enjoyed a little bit more because it's more fun. When we talk about this just right now, what's idea coming to my mind is that Where was the beginning of this feeling and thought that sport is something for special people with special abilities, not for everyone?
Exclusive,
And exclusive stuff, yeah. And I remind myself that actually, I think it's have like a really deep meaning from the USSR.
In the Soviet Union, sport was regarded as a matter of national importance. It was here that the system of youth sports schools, known as DYUSH, was created. The first were opened in Kiev, Moscow and Tbilisi, and later spread across the entire region. Selection was tough. Only the most resilient and talented children were given a chance. Training took place under iron discipline, where mistakes and weakness were not tolerated. The USSR never published statistics on the national makeup of its Olympic team, but Ukrainians made up a significant share. At the 1980 Olympic Games in Moscow, Kiev was one of the host cities, underlining the importance of the Ukrainian sporting base. Ukrainians won numerous medals as part of the Soviet team. For example, Tatiana Gutsu, Olga, Brezhina, and Sergei Bubka each claimed 2 gold medals. And after the collapse of the Soviet Union, many athletes went on to shine, representing an independent Ukraine.
Sports in Ukraine is something in particular this thing. So, for example, one of my best friends, Marina Samadai, she's now Marina Gladun. So when we was at school, she was Marina Samadai, and I call her Maruська. So she always been in a beach volleyball team. So her parents is from volleyball family. So she ended up in a really high level sports team, and she even been in America, and she promotes Ukraine through the beach volleyball everywhere. And you know what? This year, Ukraine first time in world become European champion, and they bring this golden cup to Ukraine.
Oh wow, that's fantastic
Yes,
achievement.
I was so proud. I told everyone that this is my Maruська. She have this beautiful golden cup, and she come to Sumy. But actually, we have a nice chance to talk to Marina. So.
Oh wow, that's a treat.
My name is Marina Gladun. I'm from Ukraine. I'm the professional beach volleyball player. I'm European champion 2025. That happened first time in history. We came first. In Sumy, they had a beautiful gym, indoor facility with the sand. It had tribunes, we had tournaments there, plenty of tournaments. It had 2 courts. It was amazing. The funny thing that when I came to Sumy, I came for one night, in the evening for one night, and then in the morning I had to meet some people to celebrate the victory, and then go to Kiev again. And on that night it happened. When I was there, half a year I wasn't at home, but on that one night when I came, it happened. And in the morning, I wake up and I see the phone, and I see that my dad called me 5 times. Then I called him back, and he was saying, Marina, everything is okay, but you just have to come to the gym. Please help me, because our gym there is no gym anymore. My dad was a coach. I think I started probably 10, 11. I was training 5 times per week, yes.
Yeah.
In winter time. In summertime, 2 times per day.
Thank you, Marina. I think this is it. For me, sport is something it's like a profession for whole your life. You need to have tears, blood, and sweat.
Okay, so it is exclusive, right? So
Yeah.
it's for a few of us who has better talent, their bodies better, their
Yeah.
mind is set for winning those championships and so on, and they're ready to train for years for the sake of one golden cup. I'm not saying it's not a big achievement. I'm just saying it's a specific set of mind you need to have. It's not for everyone, isn't it?
It's not for everyone.
What about you? Do you do any sports for fun? Did you do before, maybe?
For fun? No, I actually don't have any sports in particular. I've been a stunt performer.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But it's not sport. It's pretending. Yeah. And what about you?
Well, I do have sports which change in my life. So if salsa is sport, I do a bit of that.
Oh.
And I love playing badminton. That's one of my passions. And I also like pickleball, which is a new sport. Don't do gym, but love swimming. Unfortunately, I was recently injured, so I had to stop playing badminton and pickleball for a bit, but really looking forward to going back into it because so much fun, so many laughs, such a good bunch of people to spend time with. So
See, there is like a different kind of road of thinking about sports. So for me, as a Ukrainian, sports is something like a A-level list, not for everyone. And you told that here in the UK, it's absolutely different and more connected to hobby than something for someone else.
I used to play football, just casually, you know, with friends, colleagues, for fun, to get fit.
Football is basically king in this country. Premiership makes sure of that. Well, I'm one of the coaches here, so I no longer really participate. I'm more interested in trying to develop the new generation. To be a top judo player actually is very difficult in Britain. In Ukraine, I think, and a lot of other European countries, sport is seen much more as a career. You're doing a service for the country, where here it's not seen that way at all.
So, in my opinion, as I want to become professional athlete, I mean, for me, it's better to train hard and strict training sessions.
Hello, my name is Lajos. I'm Hungarian. I live in here 20 years long. I former modern pentathlon athlete. It's not true because I do the pentathlon as a masters. I coaching the fencers here in England and the pentathletes. And maybe funny, but I teach the diving, the synchronized swimming, the water polo. It's huge different. Here is somebody becomes sweaty, find a new sport. If somebody feel that, oh, I have experience here, I do the other one. So they say this is the freedom. We say this is the too much freedom. In Hungary, in Ukraine, in any East European country, if somebody starts to something, definitely decided and do until can to the best of the talented.
So, I think it's quite different because in England it's less strict, whereas in Ukraine it's more disciplined. However, here it's more suitable for all of people. So it can be like people who have ADHD or something. Coaches are adapting, whereas in Ukraine sometimes they've been a bit too strict.
That's actually really impressive. I would like to think that way. I don't know, maybe in some moment in my life I will be British enough to say that actually my national dance class was a sport and my stunt performing work is a sport. Maybe this is something like need time to understand it in that way.
it's we are laughing about it, but for some children who came from Ukraine, it's not laughable then, because I know of one family with the two girls who came to the UK when the war started more than 3 years ago. And one of them she's a bit on a bigger side, she's tall and bigger girl. And she had quite negative experience in the dance class. So she wanted to do in Ukraine, she wanted to do street dancing. And they said, oh, you're fat, you're not good looking, or you're not good enough. And so her negative experience was so strong, although in this country, dance school offered her a free place and really encouraged her to join contemporary dance or tap dance or street dance. She just couldn't do it. It is so hurtful for her. She, it's trauma. It's proper trauma. And this is very sad. And I do hope over the time she manages to find courage inside herself and maybe work a bit with trauma to get over it and actually do fun things, physical things that
I
she'll
hope so
enjoy.
too. You know what I figure out, for example, with this gymnastic class, what we did here in the UK with my son. I suddenly found that actually all gymnastic clubs, they kind of combine for the whole country in one big family.
It's like a league, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And each single person who went to this league, they basically have the opportunity to have different levels of gymnastic classes. It just depends first of all, from the wishes of the person, because if a person really shows encourage that they really want to push forward to make it better and better, and also if the coach see the perspective in this person. So the coach will put this person to the competitions, and they will move it forward and forward, and they have a lot of support around it. Even if the person, for example, not from the rich family where they can support for gymnastics, it's really expensive. All the costumes have to be on a special level. So they support it even if the family don't have money, they will provide it for them. So that's what shows me like a different viewing of the way how sports can be treated in a society. So everyone wants do some activity, and they can choose from the variety of such different things around. Choose some small club for the running, or for the golf, or for some tennis. And even if the person young and want to have it as a profession in the future, they will support and help this person grow. But they will never cut and make a trauma for the person, because it's not fit the standard of the sport.
Until 1992, Great Britain consistently lagged at the Olympic Games, finishing near the bottom of the top 10 or in the second tier, often behind even smaller nations. Sport took a back seat to football, and school competitions removed winners to avoid traumatizing children. Many sports facilities were sold off, and Olympic preparation remained weak. The turning point came after the disastrous Atlanta 1996 Games. Just one gold medal and 36th place. The country completely overhauled its approach, introducing a long-term athlete development system, state and private sector partnerships, the Team GB brand, and scientific, innovative training programs. The results were swift. At the 2012 London Games, Britain finished third in gold medals with a total of 65, overtaking Russia. In Rio 2016, they improved further, 67 medals and second place overall. Over 5 consecutive Olympics, Great Britain steadily increased its medal count, surpassing traditional rivals and cementing its status as a leading Olympic nation of the modern era.
I can see that now in Ukraine the things are changing, because we become a European country fully, I would say, and a lot of ideas like in UK that sports have to be hobby comes to us, and we can see even now the big plus and big change into the better in this topic.
But also Ukraine has to change because of the war. So it becomes more inclusive, or it should be. We know already from Canadian embassy statistics that there are 1.3 million veterans in Ukraine now, with this number growing to over 2 million. By the end of the war, I don't know how they figured it out, because we don't know when the war is over. But what I'm trying to say that these people, and I spoke to veterans in Alexandria, they wanted a sport. And inclusive sport is something very new for Ukraine, but it's something they're moving towards. So inclusion should be and will be bigger, and we need to give opportunity to our children, but also to the veterans in Ukraine who fought for the better future for Ukraine and Europe in general. Just to be able to do sport, to compete with each other, because it's an opportunity to give them their normal life back, if it can be normal. It's the normality is a very sort of difficult term, talking about people who lost their limbs in the war. And that's where you can help, and that's where you really matter.
If you enjoy our program, please like, share, comment, and support our channel.
All links below.
Thank you.
Bye.